Hello everybody, and welcome to Islands and Trains. This is a demo right now. I saw it on the Tiny Teams Steamfest page, sponsored by Yogscast, and I honestly just kind of fell in love with it. It's really cute. There is no objective in the game. It is just a cute little building game. It's very cozy. Which is perfect because I've been wanting to do this Cozy Corner series for quite some time. I just haven't taken the leap yet. And I saw this game and I played it a bit and was like, yeah, this is perfect. I think I want this to be my first video for Cozy Corner. So without further ado, go ahead and start. Welcome to Islands and Trains. In this demo, you'll create your own beloved island by placing terrain, foliage, animals, buildings, and even your own railroad on top of it. Just build, relax, enjoy. On the right side of the screen, you can see a quick overview of our basic controls. Hints and additional information on special items are displayed via tooltips in the menu bar. And now it's time to start building your island and join our game. Enjoy our game. Let's go. Alright, so you start out and it's all you have is just a giant plot of water. You come down here and pick your ground and just kind of paint it in. And it has a lovely little pop sound whenever you do so. So first things first, I'm going to kind of get an outline of how I want the island to look. This is as zoomed out as it goes, but you can scroll decently far around, right? I don't actually know if there's a limit to how far out you can scroll, but I don't think I'm going to build anything too big for my first go. Just gonna fill this in real quick. Alright, so what I was kind of thinking was I want one side of the island to be higher up. So we'll go ahead and raise, say, this corner for now. And then maybe do one higher on the back. Because what we can then do is we can come down here and we can put in a lighthouse. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. So you can put these down, you can rotate them, right? But what you can also do is you can press spacebar and you will get variations, right? So it's still a lighthouse, just slightly different, right? Different look, different style, right? So I'm gonna go with this one. We'll put the house facing that way, and we'll put the lighthouse on that side. Now, what good is a lighthouse if it's not protecting boats from anything, right? So we're just gonna come down here and place some rocks, just like so. Looks like in this menu we've got another rock option. This one can go on land too, but we're gonna pick a couple and put them in the water as well. Alright, now we've got our lighthouse and we've got some rocks out there. You know, give the lighthouse an actual purpose to serve. Warn incoming ships of, hey, danger. Alright, now I do think the island is going to have to expand a lot more than this. Because I want this to not just be a tiny little area that the lighthouse sits on. I think it might be cool to have another building or two up here, but we will have to see. Alright, so we've got a couple options for bridging the gap between terrains. We can do a staircase, which there's two variations of, or we can do a little winding hill, which isn't as big, but just kind of, you know, serves as a ramp between the two. Just after looking at them, I'm leaning towards the stairs. This little part here kind of bothers me. I don't know why. Just a silly little thing, but I think I'm going to go for the stairs here. So, with that being said, since the stairs are too wide, we're definitely going to have to widen both levels of elevation a bit here in order to make it look a little better. So I'm thinking I come about here and there. And now for the top layer, I'm thinking somewhere like this. Alrighty, now we just want to come back in with some stairs here. And we'll do the nicer stairs at the bottom. And then we'll do maybe the rougher stairs up at the top. Alright, looking decent so far. It's a good start. Actually, let's do this. There we go, I like that better. A little more variation, a little less linear. Feels a little more natural. Alright, so I really like the idea of having a windmill up here. There's a couple cute little variations of it. But it almost feels too cluttered. Not cluttered, but like it needs more space. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the top part out a little bit more this way, like that. And then let's go ahead and find a variation we like. Alright, so I think I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to face the entrance more towards the stairs. Honestly, we might be able to get two up here. I want to put this one here, but if I rotate it around, it's got a door on the other side. So if I put it there, you have this, which is probably not ideal for the people living there to walk out and have to worry about falling to their death. So I think what I'm going to do is switch these two around. On second thought, I've decided to move them down a level because having them right next to the lighthouse on the same level means that the blades would be at the same height as the light on the light tower, and I don't like the idea of the windmills blocking the light from the lighthouse, right? So I moved them down one level. They can still get some wind, right? They'll still get some wind, but they will not have to worry about interfering with the lighthouse's operation. I'm actually going to go ahead and add in another staircase here, just because if I'm going to be putting a couple buildings up here, one staircase feels too small, and I think I'm going to have a rather large town down here. So I am not too worried about it right now. But, you know, obviously you can always change it. Alright, now I kind of like the idea of this up here being some farmland as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put down some farmland like that. Give them a little well for their water here, and not a bad start to a little farm. Now I did say I wanted some more stuff to be up top up here, but I think I'm going to leave this for later and go ahead and get started on down below first. Now I've gone ahead and added a little road in, just to see kind of how this feels since I want this to be the main town. We've got a couple houses, we got a church down, and then I made a little shopping area, little shopping district over here. I'm going to see what else I can get going in that way, but I kind of have, that's kind of how I have it divided up right now. Yeah. So I found this pond, which I really like, but it will not go where there's already land. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and dig this up. And then put it down in the middle there. Ah, yes, perfect. Love it. Actually, we're going to rotate it. Oh. Okay, so there's another variation. It doesn't show the trees before you put it down, but the tree and the rock, I didn't really like the rock, but I rotated it around, and now we got 2 trees. And that is much more preferable, in my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and expand the island out just a little bit this way. Give us a little more room to grow. We're going to bring the path around, connect it up. Now, another option is these wood docks. And I'm thinking I might do... I mean, it's an island, right? Obviously they have to get off and on it somehow, so a little area for boats. Alright, so I've gone ahead and added in some more houses. Got some more houses over here. And then I've got a couple more shop-looking buildings. Just buildings I think could pass as a shop. Right, they look like they may have something for sale out there. Now I'm going to get to work with what I was thinking about doing out here, which is Maybe making a dock area. Alright, so there's a basic little port. It's got a house, a little boat tied up. Nothing fancy. I like to imagine they just ferry between this island and the next to trade and get supplies, and you know, maybe it's the mainland, maybe it's not far. Alright, so that's the progress so far. I'm gonna go back in and add in just the little details that will make it feel a little more alive. I like the idea of them having a little picnic at the lake in the middle of town. It's a cozy idea. Maybe a cave below for the kids to go explore. Alright, so I went ahead and added a little more land space here. And I think I would like to put in a bit of a forest over here. Just kind of generally go wild with it, right? They gotta get their wood for their houses from somewhere. Not a bad little forest. Now, can't all be. Oh, that's a big tree. Now, that being said, and that being they have to get their wood from somewhere, I'm gonna have to, oh, apparently take away their land. Throw that down there. I have a bit of an area where they've come through and cut some trees. You can tell that they are starting to eat away at that wood a little bit, but you know, maybe still letting a bit grow back here. So one thing I'm currently struggling with is trying to fill in this area up here, and I don't know that pathways are gonna fit the look of what I'm going for up here. I'm not really sure, right? I think the main thing that throws me off is these staircases are too wide. So if you only put one pathway, the staircase just looks funny and like it has a partial path to it. But I don't know, the pathways just feel really wide to me. Alright, so I've gone ahead, moved one of the farmhouses over, paved the area up a little bit more, and I added more farmland. I'm not really sure how I feel about this yet, but we're going to see as I go what the end product ends up being. But I'm just going to keep filling in details now and see if it ends up feeling right. Alright, so I've gone ahead and set up a little campsite area up here. To think it's the maybe it's the tourist attraction of the island. You know, you come, you get to go camping, there's a little spot up here where you can go be cozy and have a view of the ocean. You know, just a nice little area up here. I need to figure out how I'm going to fill in this space now, because now this feels empty compared to, well, everywhere else, right? So I will do that and I will be right back. Alright, so what I did was I just added a little more shrubbery, some trees, and this cute little pond with bridge that I found. I thought it added nicely. It makes the area kind of feel like it's its own little section, right? I felt it made it a nice, cozy little camping area. Also, I discovered that if I drag with my right mouse button, I can change the angle at which I'm viewing everything. So that's kind of cool. A little, maybe a top-down perspective of the island, right? Versus more of a street view. Alright, so I've gone through and I've added a little bit of a forest to the side, some bushes and rocks here. The campsite is still as it was. I'm feeling really uninspired for this area at the moment, so I'm going to revisit it after I finish the rest of the island and see how I feel about it then. Alrighty. Well, I think I'm about ready to call this one done. I've gone back over several times, done a couple finishing touches, and overall, pretty happy with how it turned out. Now, at this point in the video, if you haven't already said it before, you're like, Loki, this game is called Islands and Trains. Well, I've got one of those. I believe my island is much too small for a train to make sense on it, so I'm gonna have to come back another time and try a much bigger island where it makes sense to have a train running, you know, to and from. But for now, I just wanted to get my feet wet, get a feel for the game, and just, you know, practice, right? Overall, like I said, pretty happy with how it turned out. Got our little dock area where people are gonna go to and from. Got kind of our little market district area over here as well. We've got plenty of housing over by the woods. We've got kind of our town center area with a church, a little flower field, pond, some benches. We've got our entire second level of the island dedicated to farming. Couple windmills, couple fields of crops, a water well. I honestly struggled with putting a water well up here. I kind of didn't want to have one here, but I think it makes sense for the farmers to have access to one for their crops. And we have the third level. Now the third level is kind of what I talked about before. I think I want it to be kind of like a tourist attraction place over here. A little campground, little nice area to go hang out for the day. And of course, we've got our lighthouse out here, warning passing ships in the night about the dangers of the shore, the rocks, and all the stuff they need to watch out for out here, and to help guide them around to our port at the other side of the island. Overall, pretty happy with how it turned out. And like I said, I am going to have to come back and do another video on and actually put some trains down, the other half of the name. But like I said, that's going to be a much bigger island. There's also an entire tab dedicated to castles. So clearly at some point I'm going to have to do a castle build as well. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me today. Like I said, this was Islands and Trains. My name is Loki. This is my little cozy corner of the internet. Yeah, if you liked the video, feel free to give it a like, comment down below what you'd like to see me build next time. And yeah, thank you guys for hanging out, just doing a little cozy gaming, chilling, and I will see you next time.